I think today I didn't really handle myself quite well, mentally, I would say. So basically that's it. I was just making unforced errors. Like, I don't know, I have to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, like, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy ball.
The tennis world just got flipped upside down again. This time it's not about trophies, rankings, or rivalries. It's about something much bigger. Coco Gauff just revealed shocking remarks from Aryna Sabalenka that the WTA wishes never saw the light of day. Fans are furious, players are divided, and silence not an option anymore. Do you think the WTA will actually take action, or will this just get swept under the rug like always? Alright, let's get into it.
That hurts. I mean, especially when you've been playing really great tennis during the whole week. You know, you've been playing against a lot of tough opponents, Olympic champion Iga, you know, and then you go out and you play really bad. Like, I don't know, I think if Iga would win me another day, I think she would go out today and she would get the win.
Because what started as a regular semi-final match between two of the WTA's top players, Coco Gauff and Aryna Sabalenka, has turned into one of the ugliest controversies tennis has seen in years. The match took place at the Wuhan Open. Packed arena, bright lights, two of the sport's fiercest competitors ready to battle it out. It had all the makings of a classic. But by the end of the night, nobody was talking about the rallies, the aces, or the scoreline. Everyone was talking about what Aryna Sabalenka said. At first, no one noticed. Cameras showed Aryna muttering something under her breath after missing a crucial point. It looked like a normal moment of frustration. Athletes do it all the time. But as clips started spreading on social media, fans slowed down the audio. They enhanced it. They replayed it. And that's when it hit. Aryna's words weren't just frustration. They were racist, not coded, not subtle, racist. Within hours, the internet caught fire. Hashtags like #StandWithCoco and #racism in tennis started trending. Fans demanded answers. Players started unfollowing Aryna on social media. Commentators were left speechless on live TV. And the most shocking part, the WTA went completely silent. No statement, no comment, just silence.
Ms. Coco, when Aryna sat here, she said that she thinks if Iga had won her, she wins the thing today because of how the match turned up. Do you think the way you play today, you beat anyone? It doesn't matter who's on the other side of the net?
She said if I play Iga in the final.
She said that if we go, she didn't mention exactly winning you, but she said if Iga won me, she would win the thing.
I mean, I don't agree with that. I'm here sitting here, and last time I played, no, like to Iga or anything, but I played her and I won in straight sets. So, yeah, I don't think that's a fair thing to say.
It was as if the biggest women's tennis organization in the world thought if they ignored it, the storm would pass. But this storm wasn't going anywhere because Coco Gauff, the face of the next generation of tennis, had just been disrespected in front of millions. And everyone was waiting for her to respond. For the next 24 hours, Coco said nothing. No tweets, no interviews, not even a subtle Instagram story, just silence. Some people thought she was letting her PR team handle it. Others said she was processing it, but deep down, everyone knew. Coco doesn't speak until she's ready to make people listen. And when she finally did, the tennis world froze.
Because anything can really happen. And yeah, honestly, I mean, the way Aryna was playing the last few weeks, she was the favorite to win. So I think she was the best person that I could have played in the final. Her being #1 in the world, she was the best person to play. So I think I got the hardest matchup just if you go off stats alone. Obviously, Iga being a champion here.
Standing in front of a packed press room, she looked calm but firm. No tears, no anger, just clarity. She started with one simple sentence. I'm not here to start a war. I'm here to ask for fairness. That line alone hit harder than any serve. Because this wasn't about drama anymore. It was about respect. Coco continued. I've worked too hard to let my identity be reduced to a word or a stereotype. I deserve the same respect any athlete does. Nothing more, nothing less. The room went silent. Then came the applause. Even reporters who usually chase controversy just nodded because everyone knew this was bigger than tennis. Coco didn't even say Aryna's name once. She didn't have to. Everyone already knew who she was talking about.
I mean, she's probably emotional about it, so I'm not gonna take it with too much anything. And I do hope people give her a little bit of.
That's what makes Coco different. She didn't lash out. She didn't post a crying video for sympathy. She just told the truth with class. Now, here's where things get messy. Aryna Sabalenka's camp stayed silent for 2 whole days. Her agent declined to comment. Her coach was unavailable and the WTA said the matter was under review. Translation: we have no idea what to do. But by then, the damage was done. Because once the audio went viral, people started pulling up older interviews, past behavior, and questionable comments from Aryna. And while some fans tried to defend her, most of the world wasn't buying it.
You talk about the power of social media to help tell your story, but do you think at the end of the day you're still a little bit misunderstood for who you are?
No, I think nowadays people know me as a player and as a person. Like, I feel like people know that, okay, of course she's aggressive, she's passionate, she's focused, and she's fighting for her dream, but also, of course, she's fun and she's nice, she's chill, and she's a completely different person. So I think now people knows me. Maybe like that little situation after French Open, some people don't really understand the intensity of everything, and that you lose the final of the biggest tournament, and then you go to the media straight away, and you're so frustrated, so pissed on yourself, and you're just trying to figure what just happened, and you don't think clean, and then you make this comment, and people go they forget completely about who you are the rest of the time.
One of the main arguments from her defenders was she didn't mean it that way. Classic excuse, right? They said she was under pressure. They said emotions were high. They said it was a language misunderstanding. Yeah. Because racism always sounds better when you blame translation.
And take it as the main thing, So after that, I also had to sit back and reflect on everything and apologize and make sure that people understand my point, that it was just, I was over emotional, I was completely wrong. So after that also took me a little while to explain myself a little bit better. But now I think people understand me even better. And also it was a tough lesson, but it helped me a lot in so many different ways. And right now I don't feel like people still misunderstand me. I feel like now they know me even better.
But here's the thing. You can't accidentally say racist stuff. Pressure doesn't make you invent words you never believed in. It just makes your real thoughts slip out. And that's exactly why fans are angry, because it's not just about a single comment. It's about the attitude behind it. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff handled it like a pro. Her coach, Diego Moyano, later revealed that Coco cried after that match. Not because she lost, but because she felt unseen. She works harder than anyone I know, he said. And for her to feel like her worth can be reduced to one word that broke her. Even Coco's parents were heartbroken but proud. Her mom reportedly told her, "Grace isn't weakness, it's power under control." And that line, that became Coco's new mantra. The next morning, she was back on the practice court. No interviews, no revenge posts, just focus. A photo of her entering the training center with her headphones on went viral. The caption said it all. She doesn't talk. She works. That's Coco Gauff in one sentence. Now, let's talk about Aryna Sabalenka's response, or lack of one. After 3 days of silence, Aryna finally posted something on Instagram, and let me tell you, it made things worse. The post said something like, "Emotions run high in matches. Things can be misunderstood. I never intended to hurt anyone. Let's move forward with respect. No apology, no accountability, just a vague, "Oops, my bad." Fans weren't impressed. One comment said, "You didn't apologize. You just said you got caught." Another wrote, "You had 3 days to come up with this. You could have just said sorry and they're right." Because when you mess up that bad, emotions were high doesn't cut it. Especially not in a sport that loves to call itself graceful and respectful. By now, the WTA had no choice but to step in. They released a one-paragraph statement saying the incident was being reviewed internally and that respect and inclusion are core values. Basically, corporate speak for "we're hoping this blows over." But tennis fans aren't letting that happen. Players began taking sides. Serena Williams, Billie Jean King, and Naomi Osaka all voiced support for Coco, saying, "Enough is enough. Racism in tennis has been ignored for too long." Even Rafael Nadal chimed in on Instagram, writing, "Respect must come before rivalry. Coco has handled herself like a champion." That comment went viral instantly. But not everyone agreed. Some Eastern European players defended Aryna, saying the words might have been misunderstood or that English isn't her first language. Sure, because apparently racism doesn't count if it's spoken with an accent. That defense didn't hold up long. Most fans called it what it was, an excuse. And as the days passed, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just a controversy anymore. It was a turning point. Behind the scenes, Coco's family was quietly supporting her through the chaos. Sources close to the family said she was emotionally exhausted, but determined not to let the moment define her. Her father, Coco Gauff, told reporters, "She's not just a great player, she's a better person. And that's what's going to last longer than any title." And that's exactly what started happening. Coco turned this painful experience into purpose. She began working with organizations promoting equality in sports and education. She launched a campaign called Serve Right, focusing on respect, fairness, and inclusion for young athletes. The slogan "Fairness isn't a favor, it's a right." And the message took off fast. Other athletes from basketball to football to track began posting in support. Schools and youthmis started using Serve Right as a teaching example. Even the WTA had to publicly acknowledge her movement. They announced they'd start implementing cultural awareness training for players and staff, something they'd avoided talking about for years. And you can guess who inspired that? Yep, Coco Gauff. But don't get it twisted. This didn't suddenly make everything okay. Aryna Sabalenka's camp was still trying to do PR damage control. They claimed she was apologizing privately to Coco.